Welcome. Today, we're tackling one of the most disorientating and subtle problems that some of our clients experience: gaslighting. If you've ever found yourself questioning your own memory or your own sanity, even, or if you've been called too sensitive or crazy when you try to bring up a problem, this video is for you.
Gaslighting is a specific form of psychological abuse, and it can be incredibly isolating. And our goal for you today is clarity. We're going to define what gaslighting is, what gaslighting's not, break down the common tactics abusers use, and most importantly, give you a clear, hopeful path forward on how to recognize it and strengthen yourself against it. So let's get into it. So Caleb, I'm wondering if you can explain to us what gaslighting is.
Sure.
And what gaslighting is not.
Okay. Yeah, good question. So, gaslighting is a deliberate pattern of manipulation that makes you question your own memory, perception, and sanity. And I think part of what I want to emphasize there is that it is a deliberate pattern, and that needs to separate it from those moments of argument or conflict that we sometimes have where we disagree with one another, sometimes even about how things went down or who said what and that kind of stuff. And I've just noticed that, in our world today, a lot of people, when they get disagreed with, will say, "You're gaslighting me," just because we're in conflict and I'm trying to convince you of a perspective that I have or something that's important to me. But just because I'm trying to be convincing doesn't mean that I'm gaslighting. So gaslighting is more than lying. It's about deliberately shifting another or trying to move another person's reality and to alienate them from their own perspective or their own experience of something, so that the only truth that they can believe is now yours. And it's systematic in that it happens over time. That's why I emphasize the bit about pattern. So this term originally came from a 1938 play, the name of which was eventually called Gaslight. And it's because it was a home where the lights were gas or little candles of gas or whatever. And the husband was working overtime to take away his wife's reality, to diminish her reality by adjusting the lighting level, while telling her she was crazy or there's something wrong with her, she had mental health problems, and what she thought was happening with the lights was not actually happening.
Wow.
And I gather the plot behind this is he was trying to steal the family wealth, which was a set of jewels. So he needed to make her crazy, so she or they or something didn't know that these things were going missing. So it served him to have her disorientated.
Wow.
And completely out of touch with her own reality.
Wow.
So that's kind of an example of gaslighting. We're going to give some more examples as we go through, but it's not disagreeing. It's not just arguing another viewpoint, and it's not even just having conflict either. So hopefully that gets us started. So it's quite nuanced. But at the end of the show, what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell you how to know for sure if you're being gaslit, how to tell that within yourself, even if you're not sure if you're right or wrong about the facts. And that's a super useful skill to have. So I hope you stick around for that.
Yeah.
So Verlinda, tell us though, why do people gaslight? Why does this behavior occur as you understand it?
It's about power and control. It's about dominating the relationship. If I can control you, then I have the power in the room. If I can dominate our relationship and our reality, I have the power in the room. It's about avoiding accountability. If I've done something wrong, but I deny that I've done it, I don't have to take accountability for what I've done. And you're not going to make me take accountability for what I've done because you're the crazy one. And now we're back into the power and control dynamic. Often it comes from a place of this inability to tolerate criticism. I might have a fragile ego. I might be insecure about myself. So someone else bringing up something negative about me, I can't handle. So therefore, I have to make it all about them. It's often linked with narcissistic traits or narcissistic personality disorder, but they're not the same thing.
Yeah, there's people who gaslight who are not narcissistic.
Yes.
But I think
they're often linked.
Is narcissistic uses gaslighting?
Probably. I don't know that.
I don't know that for sure, but I would say my guess is that would be nearly universal.
Okay, there you go. So just going to take a quick pause here.
Yeah.
If this is already resonating with you, or if you're getting value from this, please just take a second to like this video, subscribe to our channel. It's a free way to support our work, and it helps us get this information to more people who really need to hear it.
Yeah, for sure. So let's get real practical here, Verlinda, and give folks the 5 common tactics used in gaslighting.
Yes, common tactics. The first one, common tactics. The first one is outright denial. Like, I never said that. That's not what happened. And like when you get this, it's like shocking to your system because this happened and now I'm bringing up that this happened and all of a sudden I'm being told it didn't happen.
Yeah.
And it just doesn't make sense.
Yes. Yeah. And I invite you just to notice like Verlinda's body language there and even her facial expression, like that sort of backwards movement and the furrowing of the brows, like that's the reeling sort of disorientation of confusion, the felt sense of confusion that comes from this. And that's where you begin to see the gaslighting occurring, is it's now saying, hey, what you thought was real is not.
Yeah.
And it can be as blunt as this, just starting with this denial thing.
Outright denial. Yeah.
Yeah. Now, the second one is minimizing or trivializing things. And minimizing is about saying if something was really small. Trivializing is about saying it doesn't matter or it's not important. And the reality of those is like, it's not important to the person who's gaslighting you.
Right.
And so they're trying to make it so it's not important to you.
I think the reality is it's very important to the person. And so they have to make it not important.
It could be too that the power and control is more important.
Yes. Yes.
And so this thing needs to go away. I don't know like exactly how all this works in some minds.
I guess every person's different too.
Every person is different. Yeah. And the minimizing though is making it small. So that's like dismissing your feelings and perspectives. So that doesn't matter. Like what I did there is not a big deal. I was just joking is one thing you can say, or you're being way too sensitive about this, or you're overreacting. And all of those are telling you that this thing that you're doing right now is much too big. You shouldn't feel that way. And it leads you to distrust yourself. Like you're not only like if denial takes away facts or your understanding of a situation, this now is trying to take away your emotional response, your legitimate emotional reaction to something that has occurred to you. And that's why the second tactic can also be super damaging as part of the gaslighting constellation of behaviors.
And so this third tactic of gaslighting is blame shifting. So shifting the blame or shifting who's to blame in the relationship. So the person who did the wrong spins it so that all of a sudden you're the one who's done the wrong. So for example, like you confront someone for their misbehavior, but the conversation spins so that you're the bad guy for holding a grudge against them.
Yeah.
And
you can see how disorientating.
Disorienting, yes. Disorientating?
Yeah.
I thought it was disorienting.
It could be both for Linda. Yeah.
We should. Can I gaslight you?
I don't know which word it is actually, but
I don't know either. It doesn't really matter. But
it's like you've been hurt or offended by something, and then now you go to this person to address it in them, and all of a sudden, not only you hurt, but now you're hurting them, and you're being a bad person for holding this against them, or for like being mean to them. That kind
or it's all your fault.
And it's like, and then again, your pain is blown away, right? And you have to back up, and you're not allowed to hold them accountable, and all this other jazz.
Yeah.
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 Super tough. Now, the fourth tactic that is often used is discrediting and isolation. And that's now where they discredit you in front of others. And this may look like making fun of you in front of your social group. This may be as horrible as like texting your loved ones who depend on you saying, I'm really worried about my wife. She's saying things that don't make sense anymore. I'm beginning to wonder if she's having some kind of a mental break. But that discredits you so that like her opinion is no longer valid now, or what she says about me can be cast as it's part of this problem. She's having this breakdown, this psychosis, whatever it gets labeled as.
Yeah.
And not only that, but it takes away your supports if I'm doing this to you. So it's isolating as well. Again, like a person who experiences this doesn't have access to the people who could tell them, no, you're being gaslit. This person is manipulating you.
Yes.
You're being controlled.
Yes.
So it increases the control because the reliable kind of checks that we have in healthy relationships are removed.
Yeah.
And now I don't have that sort of third-party anchor of truth anymore, which means my reality can be even more like controlled or manipulated by this other person. Super tough.
Yeah. So does the other person does it have to be in front of them, or can I like do this blindly?
Oh, it could be behind your back. It could be making fun of you in front of friends. So out in the open like that.
Yeah.
Or it could be behind your back too.
Okay.
Is that what you mean?
No, I guess I understood this to be like, oh, your mom agrees with me.
Yeah. Yeah.
when she may or may not agree with the
Oh,
person.
sorry. Like for that to bring in like the silent army or something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that is part of this too. And I'm glad you raised that. You can bring in opinions of other people, apparently, and use
Mhm.
them.
Like so-and-so thinks this too.
Yeah. And now, like, I'm not going to go to so-and-so because I'm feeling
Right.
bad about what I'm doing.
Yeah. And they think this about me, and how embarrassing is that?
Yeah.
So that's isolated me even more.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the coalitions that are formed can be real or perceived, and the perception
Yes.
is imposed
Yeah.
in this case.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, again, isolating, disorienting, confusing, like
Yeah.
saying things over and
Yeah.
over. So the fifth tactic we're going to talk about today is love bombing and hovering. So this is not like a subset of gaslighting, but it goes with it. So they mix the disorientation with affection or drawing you back into connection. And it kind of creates a trauma bond. And I hear people say like, oh, but when it's good, it's really, really good.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, because I'm making you think that it's really, really good. I'm going to love bomb you. I'm going to be so good to you. And then I'm going to use, even if I don't use that against you, it's like I'm doubting your reality, making you doubt your reality over here.
Yeah.
But it's also good. So then this must be true.
Yeah. Yeah.
So again, right, the deception of this love bombing.
I think the other thing it does for Linda too is it kind of sets the person up so that things aren't as clear. Like
Mhm.
either I can trust you as a good person or I can know to set a boundary on you as a bad person.
Yes.
But if you do these things to me that are abusive and then you love bomb me as well,
Mhm.
I'm confused about the signals
Mhm.
and I want the good.
Yes.
And that's how this
Yeah.
begins. So even my perception of you is now gaslit.
Oh, yes. Because if you were all bad, I would do something
That
about
would be
that.
very obvious.
Yes. But when there's this bad stuff, but then you're so good
Yeah.
to me, so
Yeah,
confusing.
Very confusing for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah. So those are the 5 tactics that we've talked about of gaslighting. But Caleb, can you talk to us like about the long-term impact?
Yeah.
What does this do to a person
Yeah.
who lives with this?
Yeah. So we've already mentioned some of these to you, but it is obviously very devastating and disorientating. Devastating in the sense that it can really shake your whole world. It shakes your trust in yourself, your
Mm.
trust in others. It's disorientating. Often when I talk to people who are coming to me where they've experienced a lot of gaslighting, they are so confused. They're just baffled.
Mhm.
And I like to use the term of like having your compass spun. I think about those old kind of magnetic manual
Mhm.
compasses where the needle is just spinning on there. And it's like, I don't even know which way is true north anymore. I don't know what the truth is. I don't know if it's me. I don't know if it's him. I don't know why my mom's involved in this. I don't know why all my friends hate me now and all this stuff. And it can really lead to this sense of chronic self-doubt where I just cannot trust myself. And that erosion of self-trust is one of the signs that is actually an indicator that you're being gaslit. You just have this deep sense of self-doubt. That's frankly the ideal outcome of a gaslighter, to do that inside you. And so you're second guessing yourself and just kind of lost in so many different ways as a
Mhm.
result of this.
Mhm. And then this can create anxiety.
Yeah.
Right? Because I know there's alarm in me. I'm feeling unsafe, but I can't find where it is, and it
Yes.
must be me. And so just that scattered feeling, very lost,
Mhm.
so bewildered. Like this loss of self is so profound.
Yeah. And that's a term we use quite a bit in psychology, the loss of self.
Mhm.
But it's just that connection, and you can help me define this because sometimes it's a little ambiguous, but it's that connection to your sense of who you are, what you believe, and what's right,
Mhm.
I think. And when we lose that sense of like our values, our sense of reality, we're smaller, we're diminished, we're more easily controlled and manipulated. So it just gets worse
Yeah.
for us. So super tough.
Yeah.
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 So if you're watching right now and you're like, man, this is my life, what do I do? For Linda, can you just tell us a little bit about that and how we might be able to help?
Yeah. The first step is to name it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this is gaslighting.
Yes.
This
Name
is
the
what I'm
behavior.
going through.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And then the second step, like we told you, we'd give you one for sure way to tell if you're being gaslit. And here it is. Learn the feeling and then watch for the feeling.
The actual feeling of what that you experience in your body when you're being gaslit.
Yes. So that feeling of like confusion,
Yeah.
or like the compass being spun and just not being sure, or I'm doubting myself all the time.
Yeah.
What do those feel like? And then when that feeling comes up again, we can name that as well. So I can name what it is, I can feel it, and then watch for that feeling coming back. And most people try and solve gaslighting with facts because it's like, I never said that. Oh, well, now I'm going to tell you exactly where we were, who was in the room, where we were driving, what time of day it was, what exactly you said. But you can't solve it with facts. Your feeling is your alarm system, and you can trust it.
Yeah.
Even when the brain is confused, reclaim that trust in your nervous system. It is a reliable signal. So the first was to name it, the second was to feel it, and the third is to disengage. You can resolve conflict with people who trade in the realm of reality.
Yeah.
But you can never win with a gaslighter.
Right.
So the only thing you can do is to disengage from the conversation.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah. How about you, Caleb? Anything to add there?
Yeah, well, if you do feel very disorientated, it can be helpful to try documenting that in a journal, not to win an argument, but just to ground yourself about this is what I saw happened. When I presented it this way, this is what he or she said to me, and it made me feel confused and doubt this parts of my story. So just recording what you heard, what you saw, the date, your feelings, that can be an anchor for you. And when you see this now begin to build up in a journal and happening over time, you're back to where we started, which is we're not just having conflict, but there's a pattern of manipulation that's at play here. And that's an anchor for your reality. Also, you can take that, or even if you aren't able to keep a journal because it's not safe, you can sort of record these things in your mind even, or share them with another trusted person, maybe a healthy family member, or if they're not available to you, perhaps to a therapist. Someone who's not inside the abusive system with you, that person can be an anchor as well to say, hey, no, you're not crazy. This is not about you. This is about something that's being done to you. And I know when I've worked with domestic violence survivors in the counseling room, I've had them just crumble into tears when I look them in the eyes and I tell them, you know what, you are not crazy. Your compass is being spun. This is something that's being done to you. And so I would just long for everybody that's listening, for you to have that person, for you to have that experience of someone that can help you anchor. And even if that's not available, like try the journal, hide it if you need to, but anchor yourself in reality by naming it, by recording it. It's a great way to build some awareness of this and to build resilience against it.
This topic is so complex, and we know that this can bring up a lot. So we'd like to hear from you. Like if you're watching on YouTube, what tactics have you seen? Or what's one step that helped you? Share it in the comments below, because you're not alone in this, and your story might be the validation someone else needs to read today.
Yeah, sharing is so powerful.
Yeah.
And so this is just so foundational to participate like that, to have community. But, you know, gaslighting might be an overused term, but for those who do actually experience it, it is very real. It's very disorientating, and it is definitely damaging.
And we want to end on a note of hope, though. Like healing from this is 100% possible. You can rebuild that trust in yourself. You're not crazy. You're being made to feel that way. And if this video resonated with you, a powerful next step could be to talk to someone who understands gaslighting, abusive tactics, and can help you figure out how to bring safety and peace back into your life.
And at Therapivo, our intake team is trained to handle these exact situations with the compassion and confidentiality that you deserve. So we do invite you to book a free 20-minute consultation to learn more about our counseling services available to you via Zoom video call. It's completely private there. There's no high-pressure sales tactics on these consult calls. We're not going to be the next controlling person in your life. We'll make it a safe space to be heard, to be validated, and for you to just see if you think we might be the right fit to help you on this healing journey.
Yeah. So you can visit us at therapivo.com or click the link in the description to book that call today. You don't have to figure this out alone.
So thank you so much for listening, for joining us here today. You can get the full episode, the full show notes on our website at therapivo.com/299.